So by Sri Krishna Paramatma's Anugraham and His grace, we are going into the third chapter today on 22nd of January 2023. Okay, and we have done a big chapter, chapter 2. But having said that, let's step into chapter 3, and then I will frame the context of Arjuna's doubt with respect to chapter 2. But first we have to understand Arjuna's doubt. So let us start with that, and then you can go. And now let's start with the chanting first of the chapter 3, the first one. Atha Tritiyodyayah. Who can chant after me? Devina ji, you want to chant after me? You can unmute if you want, please. Yeah. Atha Tritiyodyayah.
अथ तृतीयो अध्यायः
Wise, Karma Yoga.
कर्मयोगः
Twice. Karma Yoga.
कर्मयोगः
Arjuna.
कर्मयोगः
Thank you.
अर्जुन
Arjuna Uvacha.
अर्जुन उवाच
Twice. Arjuna.
अर्जुन उवाच अर्जुन
Jayasi. Okay. Jayasi chet karmanaste.
जायसि चेत्मकर्णस्य कर्ण्यस्ते
Karmanaste.
जायस 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 जायसि
Chet.
चेत् कर्मण्यस्ते
Mata buddhir janardana.
मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दनः मता बुद्धिर्जनार्दन
Tat kim karmani gore mam.
तत्किं तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां तत्किं कर्मणि घोरे मां
Niyojayasi Keshava.
नियोजसि केशव नियोजसि केशव
Niyojayasi. Yeah, you missed it. Niyojayasi.
ओ नियोजयसि
Jayasi.
केशव नियोजयसि केशव.
Okay. So Sumati, you want to chant after me the next one? Because we have to do two together and then.
Yeah.
Okay. If you can unmute, yes.
Yeah.
Vyamishreneva vakyena.
Vyamishreneva vakyena. Vyamishreneva vakyena.
Buddhim mohayasiva me.
Buddhim mohayasiva me. Buddhim mohayasiva me.
Tadekam vada nischitya.
Tadekam vada nischitya. Tadekam vada nischitya.
Yena shreyohamapnuyam.
Yena shreyohamapnuyat. Yena shreyohamapnuyam.
Apnuyam. Okay, very good, very good. So first we'll see the literal meaning, and then we will go into more into the context of the doubt. So what Arjuna is saying, as we would chant the, taking the splitting of the words. So number one you see there is Janardana. In that, you may see it on the phone if you. Okay. I'll just let you open it. No problem. Okay. So number one, Janardana. He is calling Arjuna. Hey Janardana. Number two, Karmanaha. That Karmanaste is Karmanaha te, that Visarga becomes is. Okay. So Karmanaha, number two, Karmanaha. Karmanaha means some action. In that Karmanaha is actually Panchama Vyakti. That is from karma, from actions, or in comparison to actions. So Karmanaha, in that you have to take it as in comparison to action. That is looking at actions. Number three, Buddhihi. That intellectual or wisdom or jnanam. Buddhihi. And number four, Jayasi. Jayasi means that which is better, a comparative degree. So Jayasi, it seems to be much better. So what he's saying, hey Janardana, it appears to me in comparison to action, the wisdom seems to be better. Just putting literal meaning, then we'll go more. The wisdoms or intellect or an intellectual buddhi wisdom seems to be better. Che jayasi. What is that number 5? Number 5, te of your mata is your opinion. Is your opinion chet, if be so. If what I have understood from the whole or second chapter, then we'll come to the context. Again, he say, hey Janardana, in comparison to actions, if wisdom or intellectual path, now I'm putting the other word path, seems to be the better opinion, jayasi is better, and that seems to be your opinion, chet, if be so. This is what I have grasped, that's what he has understood. Chet. Number 8, tat, that, what that, number 1, mam gore karmani, tat karma. That means tat is what? That action. But you seem to be wanting me to go to actions. But I see the wisdom and intellectual seems to be better. But you seem to be directing me, executing me. Mam, tat, mam, number 9, mam, karmani gore, gore karmani. That action which is so cruel and that seems to be, so the gore is a adjective to the karmani. And that too action which seems to be very much cruel, and it seems to be filled up with, so much of blood and everything, whatever he's been showing. Karmani, gore karmani, that is saying Keshava. After that, hey Keshava, second line is hey Keshava. He is asking, hey Keshava, tat mam gore karmani kim niyojayasi. Now 12 and 30. Why do you execute me? Why are you recommending me? Why are you directing me towards? Niyojayasi is directing. Niyojayasi, directing me to act. Okay. So first let's get this. This is very important. This is really mind breaking. So we have to go through again chapter 2 for this. So he's saying, it seems to me that the wisdom or intellect is much better than actions, but you seem to be executing me to, you're directing me to execute actions, which are very much cruel. Why? Why are you doing this? And number 2, and he's also saying, it's just not you executing it. He's also being very honest in his doubt. So he's saying number 2, Vyamishrena. Mishra means normally mixed, okay? That's why a person called Mishra means he's got mixture of 2 Vedas. Like, Dvivedis. So normally the word Mishra came because they are not only practicing of 1 Veda, 2 Vedas or 3 Vedas. So that's how the name Mishra comes. Mishra means maybe the English word came from Mishra, mixture. So he says Vyamishrena, meaning to say that Vyakul, that kind of an mixture that has happened, that is confusion. Eva, that's a kind of a confusion, eva mixture of my intellect. It's my buddhi to grasp these two in the previous one. Vyamishrena eva vakyena, eva vakyena, that the words that are the sentences that vakyena from the chapter 2, may number 4, me buddhim iva mohayasi. Mohayasi iva. Me buddhim iva mohayasi. That my brain seems to be completely in a disorganized structure from hearing all your sentences in the chapter 2 of 72 verses, which were very detailed. And what I have grasped is a kind of a disoriented knowledge from the chapter 2. And the disorientation is between actions and wisdom. And I kind of grasp that the wisdom is much more better, but you are asking me to execute directing me to execute in the actions, and that is very confusing because my brain I'm not able to orientate myself in this between these two. Because he said what? Tasmat yuddhaya nischaya uttishta yuddhaya. He has also told him that Then also he is saying, the next, after number 7, number 8 in the word below, yena, kena, in that vyamishrena, right? The mixtured, disoriented grasping of my essence of chapter 2. Yena, aham, me, shreyaha apnuyam, the one that is at most beneficial, that is moksham. Shreyaha apnuyam, for me to get the moksham. Moksham. Number 12. Tad ekam nischitya vada. You decide one and tell me. Very good. Tad ekam nischitya. Who has to nischitya? Krishna, you nischitya. You make sure of one and tell me, because I am now confused. Now we have to understand his confusion. That is the goal. Because unless we understand his confusion, we will also be in confused state, and the whole Gita chapter from this onward also will be in a confused state. And that we have got something here. One chapter he said, told Bhakti Yoga was very great. Yes, Bhakti is enough for me. But he also told in Sthita Prajna Yoga that Sthita Prajna, yeah, it seems to be like a great role model somewhere up there. One day, yeah, it is very nice to read. Yeah, that is very good. But Bhakti is enough for me, because Bhakti also Bhagavan said later. So, you get completely disoriented. That should not happen. So now I'm going to go detail more into this. Okay. So what, again, before we go into the next one, which is Bhagavan's answer. So in today's class, we only do 3 slokas, but these 3 slokas are very important for you to understand. Now, where does that, now my question is, where does the confusion has arisen? We all have gone through chapter 2 well beyond dissecting it into 5 parts. The first 1 to 10 is Arjuna's questions. From 10 to 30 is Atmagyanam. 30 to 40 is that Swadharmam. All those things we have got it. Then Karma Yogam from there. Then Sthita Prajna. Seems to be all good for me. Arjuna, why are you confused? We have to understand. And there is some reason. Arjuna's confusion is very justifiable. Number 1. Krishna is not going to say, no, you don't worry, you have got some moha because of your first chapter is moha. And that you listen to me in chapter 3, then you'll become, it's not that. His confusion is very justified. So now we got to seek. Now we got to do it together. I'm going to open chapter 2. I did not go through this in the chapter 2 at all for you, because I was waiting for this. And only when you understand this confusion, only when you understand this confusion, you will be able to understand Gita's essence. Okay. Now, and I'm jumping quite quickly because we have to, but we will see this clearly. Now, where did Arjuna pick up the chapter 2, the last verse, chapter 70, verse 72? If you see that one, Sumati, can you just read that for me, please? Just read it yourself. Just chant it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yesha Brahmi Sthiti.
Yesha Brahmi Sthita Partha Nainam Prapya Vimukyati
Stitvasyam.
Stitvasyamantakaalepi Brahma Nirvana Mruchyati.
Okay. So Krishna Kumarji, what did you understand from this one? So we got to go through this like that, then only we are going to understand it together. KKG?
Yes, I'm here.
So what did we grasp from that verse 72? Just in 1 or 2 words you can say, no problem.
I have forgotten, Babuji.
Okay. Koi baat nahi. Anybody else? Any volunteers? Ramesh, Yatish Bhaiya,
72.
Shankar. You can unmute and say.
Babuji? Yeah.
Tell me.
Yesha Brahmi Sthiti Partha Nainam Prapti Mumikyadi Sthitvasyam Antakalepi Brahma Nirvanam Richari.
Yeah, just give me quickly in words, and what did you understand from there? Can you just give the essence?
See, what Lord Krishna is saying here is you have reached the ultimate stage. That's what he says, Brahmi Sthiti. Having obtained this, that is propya vimukyati. That means you don't get deluded. Na vimukyati.
Good.
Then Stitwasyam, Sita means established. Stitwasyam Asyam, Stitwasyam is established in this state.
Yeah.
Antakalepi, even at the time of death.
Yeah, Antaka, very good, very good.
Brahma Nirvanam Richadi. You'll get that ultimate goal of Brahman, the very purpose of existence of life.
Moksha.
That moksha.
Okay,
Moksha,
fine. So that's what, that's good. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So that's what he's saying now. Very good. So what he's saying is that state, that Brahmi Sthiti, that once, and this is coming after the Sthita Prajna. Okay, in the after the Sthita Prajna Sthiti that you are there up to the end of the stage, Brahma Nirvanam Ruchati. So Brahma Nirvanam word is equal to moksha. So he has understood that this person, this Sthita Prajna state person, attains moksha. Very simple, right? The Sthita Prajna portion, person who remains until that same sthiti, sthiti means state, in the end he attains moksha. Very simple. And this Sthita Prajna Lakshanam started from where? Sthita Prajna Lakshanam not only started from the Lakshanam, started from actually Prajahati Yata Kaman. Okay, you can make a note of it again. Karmajam buddhi ittadi, sorry. Prajahati Yata Kaman Sarvan Parthaman.
55 itself, I think.
No. This one, Karmajam buddhi yuktahi. Okay, so from Karmajam buddhi yuktahi palam tyaktva, this 51, 52, 53 was Sthita Prajna Lakshanam. That only made Arjuna to ask what was the Sthita Prajna, how does he walk, how does he move, how does he sit. Okay, so the Sthita Prajna Lakshanam from 51, Karmajam buddhi yuktahi. So from there up to 72 was Sthita Prajna, which he got moksha. Okay, and number 50 and everything, buddhi yukto jahadahi tasmat yoga yujjasya yoga up to 50 is karma yoga. Make it very clear. Because 47 was, you cannot forget 47, karmanyeva adhikaraste. So there Bhagavan has very clearly told him, te adhikaraha karmani eva, which is understood as well. But what he has not understood is, Bhagavan, after he said karmanyeva adhikarasta, then in the up to 50 he said tasmat yoga yujasva yoga karmasu kaushalam. In all the action, this is the most skillful way or the expert way or the karma yoga, this way of acting is the most shreshtam. He did not mention that he will get moksha out of it. He did not mention. Bhagavan did not mention. Satyavashkam. We are not mixing up here. And before 40, before coming to karma yoga, what did we saw in Atma Jnanam and all? You have to come from first. See, this is what is very important for you. Not only when you learn Gita, when you chant, you have to at least get some meaning into it. Please, because only then Gita will start working into you. Any amount of reading books will not suffice until we get at least a little bit of a meaning from there. And that is why we are taking it in a wholesome view. Now, in the from this verse number 11, let us go see where we see any moksha. That's very important. Ashochanam, Vashochastam, these are all Atma Lakshanam, Gatavanam, Panditaha, that is fine. So it's a combined thing, okay? And if anybody spot anything, see, moksham need not be just a word. Any synonym of moksham, Brahma Nirvanam, Vaikuntam, or anything. All these are moksham, Paryaya Padam. Anything can you see in this? These are all Atma Jnana Lakshana, right? From this is where Bhagavan's teaching started. So from 11, 12, we didn't see. Let's do quickly, okay? You got 13, 14. In this one, all Dehinasmin, there's all Atma Jnanam. These are pure Jnanam. Okay, Jnanam, right? And these are also some of the Upadesham for the Jnani. And he said how this one was there. So all Atma Jnana. Then Vasamsi Jivani, Atma doesn't get destroyed, Atma doesn't get burned, Atma doesn't get dried up, Atma doesn't everything, right? And that Atma is indestructible, Atma is eternal, Atma is ever immortal, Atma is Shashvatam, Puranaha, everything. The Atma Lakshanam was very clearly taught to us with lots of example, Nasato Vidye Bhavaha, and we understood that that is the Brahman. So that is the real stratum base. But we still did not get that that moksham is through this jnanam or through this karma. That is very important. So that what Arjuna wanted, he has kept his goal in mind. I want moksham. I want moksham. I do not want to be born again. Okay. Punarjanma na vidyate. That is also moksham. That is also not said here. Please look into that one. 26 Jatasya. Then after number 30, Bhagavan says, and he said right after 30 that this is a kind of it's always been a mystified thing. Then he said, now from 30 Sankhya Yogam or Jnana Yogam finished. From 31 he said straight away Swadharmam. Then also he said from there, Arjuna, for you to fight is a real goal, whether even when you take it in the relative context of your confusion, whatever you are now, even then to fight as a Swadharma, as a Kshatriya is a right way. You cannot go out of it. Then also he said, even if you get healed, you'll go to heaven, or here itself you'd moksha se mahim. Tasmad uttishta kaunte yuddhaya krita nischayah. So Bhagavan has told him 100%, this is what you have to act. Arjuna is sure about it. That is why he is saying karmani niyojayasi. You are asking me to say yuddhaya krita nischaya uttishta. He's not asking him uttishta atma jnanam pata. He's not saying uttishta abhi jnana margam chara or gacha. He's asking him to only. So these are the words that you must again and again go through, So he's not saying, this is why I'm saying is this is how I'm getting to Arjuna's doubt. So he's also saying not there. So Arjuna has grasped every word. Isn't that great? So Sukha Dukkhe Samay Krutva Labha Alava Tato Yujya. Then he says, look, but there's a better way of doing this yuddham or your swadharmam. And that he says, Yesha Tebita Sanke Buddhir Yoge Tvamam Shunu. This Buddhi Yogam, when we said Samatva Buddhi Yogam, this Buddhi Yogam is really Karma Yogam as well. Don't confuse this Buddhi Yogam, this one, to the Buddhi Yogam, but Bhagavan will say. The word buddhi yogam, everywhere will be different meaning. Here, yesha tebhita sankhya buddhir yoge vimanchuno. The samatva buddhi yogam is equal to actually karma yogam, I said as well. So buddhya yukto yepata karma bandham prahasyasi. He said karma bandham prahasyasi, not moksham yesasi. Okay. No vida sankhya pratyava vidyade swalpamasya dharmasya trayate mahator bhai. Oru bhayam virkadi. Adu serda. Moksham enga voi kadakyo sollave illiya neere. Sorry, I'm just telling in Tamil. So he's saying moksham, where? Vyavasayatmika buddhi durana. These are all under purva paksham of Veda Jnanam. That also understood. I don't want Brahma Lokam. I don't want Swarga Lokam. I don't want Gandharva Lokam. I don't want to go there endlessly enjoy with all those things. Very good. You also said that's not the way to go. I understood. Very nice. Then we said Traigunya Vishaya Veda. Yes, the Purva Bhagams are Traigunya. Now we are going to only to the Karma Yoga. Then you told me Karmanye Vadikaraste. That is the karma proper way of doing with the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi Karma Yogam. That is also good. So coming back to this up to 50, nowhere moksha was mentioned. Now, I want you all to understand that in the Karma Yoga Margam, in chapter 2, that you will get directly moksham out of Karma Yoga was not mentioned. This you have to get 100% from Gita analysis, what we have done. This is very important. I have just gone through the analysis. Have any of you got any doubt? that one will not get to moksham directly through karma yoga. As per the scripture. As per the scripture, pramanam, karma yoga dwara moksham you will get it. Karma yoga will not give you directly moksham. That has to be very clearly understood. And that is why then karmajam buddhi yukta palam jettamari janma bandhamari muktaha padam gacchante namaham. This padam gacchante namayam is a moksha. Anamaya padam. Now this was all then was what that yogi who's matured from the karma yoga. So the this okay, so the chapter 3 is the filling of the gap between 50 to 51. So between 50 and 51, there is something that needs to be expanded between 50 and 51. That is the doubt of Arjuna. Between 50 and 51. Adi Shankara in his Bhashyam goes through in detail. Without his Bhashyam, nobody could have picked this up. I can tell you 100%. Pages and pages he goes, because he says karma and jnanam can never go together. They are virodhi. But having said that, now we are learning this jnanam, and what he says jnana margam is different, which Bhagavan will come and I will explain to you both of them. Okay, and through Gita Shastra. That's very important for us. And how Gita takes this margam of karma yoga for moksham is very important. So karma yogam is only dwara, because with the karma yogam, the palan is chitta shuddhi, number one. Chitta shuddhi, as the chitta shuddhi happens, the moksha jnanam happens. That is why chapter 4 will be, yes, the person with the karma yoga also attains moksham. See, that is, he's not saying karma yoga person does not get moksham. Please. But he will get moksham, but dwara, not direct. And that is what the chapter 3 is, an expansion between verse number 50 and 51. Okay, so I hope everybody is clear about this.
So, sorry, Babu, Ramesh has a question.
Yes, Ramesh, go ahead.
My computer. Okay. What is asking, Babu?
Tell me, Ramesh.
I thought any one of these paths, karma, bhakti, jnana, any of these. Sorry? Whether you go through karma, jnana, or yoga, into this mark, you could get moksha. I thought they were.
I know. I know this is what we have learned. Like, for example, in the works of Swami Vivekananda, there are 4 yoga, like, jnana yoga, then karma yoga, raja yoga, then, bhakti yoga, right? I think you are coming from there.
Yes.
That's fine. No, fair enough. That's good. Good that you brought it. Now that is fine. But they are all in Gita. This is what I will come and let you know. In Gita, the way that karma yoga is mentioned is, karma yoga is one bucket full of all of these. What you have said in that complete works of Swami Vivekananda of jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, karma yoga is all put into one bucket terminology called karma yoga. That's all. Okay. The jnana yoga, what Bhagavan will come here, is an ashrama sannyasi. Because why Bhagavan has to say this? Because Arjuna wanted to take a vaikshyam, moham. He wanted to completely renunciate and go into sannyasa. That's the sthiti of Arjuna. Okay. So now when we come to Bhagavan's answer, we will understand why karma yoga dwara moksham. Why karma yoga dwara moksham, and that we will be understand from the chapter 3 further as we go. Have I cleared your doubt? Because it's very important, Ramesh Bhaiya.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So that's fine. So that 4 volumes is put into one bucket. So now let's go through this one, and then we will go through this. So Ramesh, can you chant after me, please? Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Twice, huh?
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha.
Thank you. Lokesmin dvividha nishtha.
Lokesmin dvida nishta. Lokesmin dvida nishta.
Pura prokta maya nagam.
Pura prokta maya nagha. Pura prokta maya nagha.
Jnana yogena sankyanam.
Jnana yogena sankhyana. Jnana yogena sankhyana.
Karma yogena yoginam.
Karma yogena yoginam. Karma yogena yoginam.
Very good, very good, very good. So this is where now Bhagavan is addressing. So Arjuna's doubt is legitimate. So that we all agree now, right? Because keeping to chapter 2, he did not directly see how to get moksham from karma yoga, but he saw that the sthita prajna got at the end brahma nirvanam or anamaya padam as well in the start. So he know that sthita prajna, we all want to get the sthita means again state of the brahma jnani, but Arjuna does not. So Arjuna being a sishya, a student, arjan seeker who wants to get moksha, his doubt is, oh Lord, I do not know my state, whether I'm half prajna, half aprajna, half this one, or where I am. So for me, what is the correct one? Which state I am, you know the best. So please tell me, what is the Sheyam Apniyam Mam for me? So the Bhagavan and Arjuna being the representative of 99.99% of the people for the Gita Shastram meant, the Gita Shastram then expands further. So what Bhagavan says here, again we will go through the verbal meaning and then go into the Tattvartham. So what Bhagavan says to Arjuna, hey Anaga, Aga means normally papam. Anaga means no papam, meaning to say punyatma. Okay. Hey Anaga, hey you Punyatma, because you are now listening to Gita. So everyone who listens to this Gita has got so much of Punya to listen to this. So hey Anaga, number 2 and 3, Asmin Loke, in this world, Asmin Loke. Number 4 and 5, Maya, by me, by whom? By Bhagavan, Vivida Nishtha, two varieties of Nishtha. Nishtha here means Margam, or through two kinds of path. Of path to both path for moksham. Nishtha, Pura Prokta. At the Pura means very at the age old time of from the creation Prokta has been told. Maya. Bhagavan is so here all where Bhagavan reflects that he is Bhagavan, Krishna. I have determined in this world at the time of creation two discrete paths of attaining moksham. Pura prokta nishta. That nishta means to attain the moksham. Nishta. And they are in the second line, Sankyanam jnana yogena. So this Sankyanam jnana yogena moksham prapti. Meaning Sankyanam here means sannyasinam. Meaning to say the ashrama sannyasi. So that is also in a way the sthita prajnam, lot of the things you saw, right? That all of them, he said, that's kind of fixed to the sannyasi who has been who has completely detached everything and has come out of it. Sankyanam jnana yogena. So take that here jnana yogam is the different from the jnana yogam what we saw in the complete works of Swami Vivekananda or any of the things where we say as jnana yogam. This jnana yogam, as per the Gita terminology, is a ashrama sannyasa yogam. Ashrama sannyasa yoga. Okay. Then yoginam karma yogena. Yoginam here. So wherever you see yogi in Gita, that is karma yogi up to chapter 18. Karma yogena, and yogena means through karma yogam. For Sankyanam as well, through the jnana yogena. But what happens is at the end, both of them merge in one jnanam. By karma, only the words that it seems as if jnana yogam is going to directly giving him jnanam. Both of them, it is also through the jnana yogena, he gets that brahma jnanam. And for a yogi as well, through karma yogam, he gets that jnanam. Okay, now for that I have sent you one slide. Let's go through that slide. This is what Bhagavan is really asking you to view. Have I got it? I should have it. I should have it. Because I made that PowerPoint long time back. Haji, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I think I should have it. Because it is part of one big module I did for Hindu Council of for university students. But one day we will go through that as well. Complete it. No, I have it. I have G. No problem. I'm sharing it. That's okay. Thank you, Bhaiya. Yeah. So this is what I have sent you, right? So. I will make it a bit. Okay. So what Bhagavan says is that Jnana Yogam and Karma Yogam, let's put them into two different paths. Both are seeking self-realization. Both are wanting to get the Jnanam or Moksham. Moksham through the Jnanam. What Bhagavan says is Gita is applied. That is why Gita Shastram applied to a person who is just like a 9-to-5 man who could be anything in his profession, from any profession, of any walk of life, of any religion, of anywhere in the world. And again, the another margam, jnana yogam, he says, is for a sannyasi who has taken a completely renunciation from his normal activities of work, where he is not going to have any possession for himself. Because as you see, a person who is joining even any monastery or any mission or any, as he takes sannyasam, he is also in the path as you are. There is no comparison in there. Okay, but he only thing is he's a very ardent seeker of moksham, that he wants it in this particular birth. I'm just going more into that. So this is from our shastram. So Krishna is not Krishna is going for as per what is in our shastram. So the sannyasa ashram, what he says is a ashrama sannyasi, and that's what he's saying is a jnana yoga. And that margam or margaha, we call it as a nivritti margaha. Nivritti means that he is not going to have any progeny, he is not going to have any home, nothing in his bank balance, and that whatever, even for his food, he is seeking the help. And in our scriptures, that monastic life of them is divided into again the 5 different type of sannyasam. For example, one is called Kutichaka, one is Bahutala, Hamsa, Paramahamsa, Avaduta. And these are at different levels somebody can get. And also, mind you, even in our Hindu, our Sanatana Dharma, one can go to Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, then also he can go to Sannyas. So that was also one of the things which was there for many people, that after they retire, after they were able to go take sannyasa and live that kind of a life, completely renunciation, and go into forest when they were so healthy. Whereas at the moment, it's not there for many. Some people do take it. In India, you would not believe me, even after 60, 65, they take sannyasa and go, because they are hale and healthy, to go and live just in a with no comforts required, and they are able to do. Swamiji has told so many of them, they were such a big businessman, they just go in Hrishikesh, Haridwar, and they just take sannyasa and be there. And there's that kind of a determination. So that's also a path open. So that's an ashrama sannyasi. And for the 99.9% who is doing in this same walk of life, right from the young age, when we are in the college or in the high school, for him also the moksham is possible. And that what Krishna says is by doing dharmanushtanam. from his young age, from the Swadharma, that listening to his parents, doing his daily Sandhya Vandanam, or the prayers, the worship, the chanting, whatever that he's been given, and then doing the righteous path, upasana, stipulated practice. And then, for example, going to this like Chinmaya Mission, Bal Vihar, those people are already there in that path from the young age. This time, as I told you, I went to the Gita, and especially the popularity of Gita is unimaginable. I think this year, that when I was in Chennai, I think I shared with some of you. At the same time, in 3 different places, there was one in Anna Nagar Chinmaya Mission. They had like, in the school, 18 classrooms. One classroom was one chapter, and that was dedicated to one school. And with that person, they were practicing. And the children were so young, they were asking, Uncle, where do you want me to explain in Tamil, English, Hindi, everything? They got persons there. And every sloka they made, some of them taken few slokas and made a model out of it. How Krishna lived. And the one in the Vishwarupa Darshanam, they had a complete projector with a different animation, hologram. They've just gone so much. Then at the same time, somebody from the Sanskrit college, they said, oh, today fully we are doing Akanta Parana. Come there. The next day they're saying, oh, Kalakshetra are doing Parana. So, the thing is, these are all these one that is in this bucket that people are doing. It's not that they are not doing. And what Krishna says, you could be anything. For example, you could just be a truckie. You may think, look, my profession does not allow me to do because I am doing a different shift and I am doing different one. Krishna says, no problem. This is applicable to you. So this bucket, the blue bucket, is for everybody, irrespective of your profession, your whatever your environments are. And that person, through all this yoga of karma yoga, jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, raja yoga, as I said, typically as how we learn together, he gets, for example, keeps maturing with his informative knowledge, and the transition and the chitta shuddhi, meaning to say his vairagyam is automatically developed by that dispassion, that he has got the mental renunciation. So this person, from the external renunciation, he comes to internal renunciation. But this person, only thing is, from his internal, that is, this person means the Gita Karma Yogi, he develops internal renunciation as he practices it. Externally, he doesn't have to renunciate. Of course, it is difficult in the sense but external renunciation becomes like a drama for him over a period of time. That's all. He's just acting the drama. Externally, no one knows whether this person is in Jayasi or this person is Jayasi. That's the beauty of Gita. So that's why Bhagavan says, Arjuna, this bucket, blue bucket, is what is suited to you. And as they progress through in their walks of life, they both of them really become a jnani. Only thing, this person becomes a jnani by maturing his language, teaching to other disciples, and he lives as Shishya and he attains samadhi. Whereas this person remaining lost up to his stage, he can have anywhere his lost thing, but he also has got his jnanam, and he can also attain his moksha, giving just a living example, and he is also a realized person. So this is how the Gita merges the knowledge of the moksha from a karma yogi and a jnana yogi. But Gita Shastram is encircled purely in the blue dotted or the blue colored portion. That is the difference. That's all Krishna is trying to say. And this picture kind of represents to you Lokesmin Dividanishta Puro Prokta Mayanaga Jnana Yogena Sankhya Karma Yoga, Jnana Yogena Sankyanam. That Jnana Yogena Sankyanam, which is saffron color, which is not in this Gita. It is there in Gita, but Krishna will refer to it every now and then as a reference. But more so, he will say about the karma yogi, and he will do the prashamsam, meaning to say the exalting and the simplicity. That is the greatest of Gita Shastram. Simplicity by doing the blue portion of karma yoga. And which he will say, yes, the karma yoga, sometimes there is, it is difficult to monitor, difficult to assess, because external factors condition the internal factors. So it's really very difficult from internal to go external, but it happens. Krishna says it works, and it works easy, he says. And that's all the Gita Shastram's way of taking the preaching and the upasana. So with that, we step into chapter 3, which is all about karma yoga. And that we will start from the next sloka 4, from chapter the fourth. So this is where Krishna has come into chapter 3. And with that, I will finish today. Have we all okay with that so far? Any doubts, sir? Any of you? Devina, are you clear with everything?
Gee, I just wanted to, like, if I've understood it, like how the knowledge takes us to the dwar of moksha, but
Yeah.
how we, the way we kind of manifest this gyan into our action. And I feel, especially with our motive of that action, takes us into moksha. Am I right? It's like the intent behind our actions.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
this is how
The intent behind actions are the Krishna Arpanam or the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi. Right?
G.
Yeah. And the Ishvara Arpana Buddhi also is for the sake of moksha.
G.
So that's what takes you again. Yes.
Knowledge is imperative. Of course, we are
And also,
at the gate of moksha, but we have to actually manifest that knowledge into our action, but action
right.
given by an honorable intent.
Yes, and also in this execution, with this purpose, a happiness is also, I'm afraid to say, is experience, but a happiness evolves. And the evolvement of happiness,
Yes.
the evolvement of happiness of being completely independent, less dependent upon the external world, is what makes him as a jnani. The jnani's development is more and more by his own self-dependence and his independence, independent of anything external for his happiness. Anything happens, somebody passes away or something untowards happen, yes, he has to, but then from inside he is not disturbed. He goes on with his work next day.
But Babu, it is very, we do get affected by the external.
Yeah, that's where the Gita Shastram tells us about to say, look, end of the day, it is one of these ones that is this world, and that how that detachment is obtained by vairagya, which is developed with the jnana. Yes, it's a kind of a continuous path of evolvement. That's no doubt about it. Yes. And that's what Krishna says with the bhakti yoga, it becomes easy, and because it's all emotions and moods as well. So this, that is sometime a bit evolvement of it. Yes. And nobody, we are all human. There's no Krishna. That's why in this whole karma yoga, Krishna does not want us to be like robots or to quench, or like where we saw in chapter 2 as well. He wants a gradual maturity of this one. Yes, that's all.
And last week, how we mentioned the Raj Yoga, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Dhyan Yoga. 2 weekends ago, when we celebrated Swami Vivekananda's birthday at the Vedanta Hall, they said even Swamiji wrote that it should be just a balance of all the 4 yogas.
Okay.
It's not too much of, like, it was, he actually said it in a humor, like it was an excerpt that too much of Raj Yoga will make you spooky. Too much of Karma Yoga will make you like, I think he said zombie. And he was like so yeah, it was like he actually said that, yes, he mentioned all the 4 yogas are, but it should be in a perfect, it should be balanced. Like in a day, if you're doing Karma Yoga, you're running, doing everything, you'll become a zombie. If you're doing dhyan. So he's actually advised us to have that balance. And like you explained to us, in the chapters that we've studied, that yes, we have to, knowledge is important, and then how we bring it into our speech, into our action. I guess that's like taking the next step forward.
Yeah,
But
because yeah, why Krishna also stresses a lot into the art, like from Atma Jnanam is, unless and he will come in this chapter 3 again, he will go into this because there is an organization structure with a what do you call food chain order happening in every one of us. Every one of us is an organization by itself, where there's a CEO and there's an executive director, and everything happening is up to the lowest level. So if we put this chain of command in the right order in chapter 3, that's what he will say again, that then this karma yoga works very nice. He will say in this chapter 3. So that's where chapter 3 is all about, how to get that orientation of karma yoga to be balanced in the right direction.
Ji.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Namaskar.
Okay. So with that, can we close, sir, for today, everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Okay. Om Tat Sat. इति श्रीमद् भगवद गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे कर्म योग नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। ओम तत्सत्। अथ गीता माहात्म्यं धरौवाच भगवन् परमेशान भक्तिरव्यभिचारिणी प्रारब्ध